Hello guys, welcome to day 2 of 2 weeks modded Terraria Let's Play. So as I begin, well, yeah, expanding time of the house, nothing special here, I'll just speed it up. So while expanding the house, the Brewer, which is a new NPC, has arrived. And the Brewer is very important because she sells all of the potions that you need like Iron Skin and Regeneration, etc. I decided to check out to see what potions I could get, but I decided to save money, so I just didn't buy anything at all. So after that, I decided to check out boss checklist to see what's the next boss, and apparently King Slime was next instead of Desert Scourge, so I was wrong in the first video. So yes, I went to search for a Crimson or Corruption since I have both Evils mod on, and not soon after that, I found a Crimson. I was like, oh, I'm so dead, because usually like the Evil worlds are like very dangerous for new players. So as I entered the Crimson, I was like, yep, here goes nothing. I was going to look for a Crimson Chasm, but what really made me unhappy was the jungle and the Crimson are together, so during hard mode, that part's gonna get corrupted, no doubt. So, as I enter, yep, finding a Crimson altar to craft a slime crown, but I decided to stay a bit, and ironically, I did not die. Inside the chasm was actually quite peaceful than usual, because usually monsters spawn non-stop just to try and kill you. And after staying for a bit, I decided to warp back home to fight King Slime, so the boss is going to be killed, no doubt by me, because yes, it sucks. What's ironic is how this boss is supposed to be easier than the Eye of Cthulhu, but nope, it's not. Well, why? Because it just summons slimes non-stop, which is more dangerous, honestly. Every time I fight this boss, I just always underestimate it. I was like, oh, it's just King Slime, it's so easy, it's the first boss to be killed after all, so what's so hard about it? I'm gonna kill it no matter what, no doubts, I'm gonna win as always. And every time I'm like that, you just guessed it, I die. So, even if it's the easiest boss, don't underestimate it. There's surprises everywhere. And yes, at this point, it just summons slimes non-stop. What's the most annoying out of all is the spiked blue slimes, since they're just shooting spikes everywhere at you, which is sometimes hard to avoid since you're mostly focusing on the boss. And yeah, they can deal major damage to you more than the king actually. So when it was low, it just summoned minions at a faster rate, and teleporting non-stop, its speed even increased, and I started taking a lot of damage. I was scared that I was gonna die. I was like, bruh, please no. Oh, and I've also noticed that, like, in the newer versions of Calamity, King Slime at low health summons this red whatever laser shooting thing at you, which is one thing I've noticed in my recent gameplays. It's honestly kind of annoying. And not long after that, yep, King Slime just got slaughtered. Easy. And after killing King Slime, Desert Scourge is next for sure this time. So after that, I decided to go back to the desert to collect some resources such as sand and cacti, and then heading back to the Crimson to craft the Desert Medallion to fight the Desert Scourge. So I head to the desert, yep, mining sand and getting cacti, just screwing around I guess. I'll be honest, grinding is like the most annoying and repetitive moment of the game. But seriously, that's honestly the point of the game, it's to dig, fight, and explore, so I wouldn't blame them for how repetitive grinding is. So yes, I head back to the Crimson Altar to craft the Desert Medallion, but I was thinking, well, since the jungle is right beside, why not explore it to get some better things instead of fighting it immediately. So I exit the Crimson Chasm and look around. At first I thought the jungle chasm opening was at the left, but no, I was wrong, so I kept moving right, kept going until I found the opening, and started to go down. I'll be honest, but don't hate me, the jungle is truly my most favorite biome. Like, not only it has like one of the best music in vanilla, but the design is just so good, and it has so many resources such as chests, life crystals, like a lot of stuff you need. So as I go down, things are really repetitive as usual, so I'll be speeding it up. So after exploring the jungle, I feel like that's enough. Let's go back so we can go and fight the Desert Scourge. So I warped back home, but I was thinking, well, more NPCs are gonna move in and it's day right now, so why not expand the house? So I decided to like store everything inside the magic storage and then expand the house a bit more before I head to the desert to fight the Desert Scourge. And then we've arrived at the desert, about to fight the Desert Scourge, and I'm so excited because I love the music so much. Seriously, I wish Dokuro can make more music. DM Dokuro's full name, by the way. Don't judge me. So as we start, we have a horrible start, as his two stupid worms or whatever, like, just dealt damage to me already. So you're all probably thinking, well, he's killed bosses first try previously, so couldn't he kill this worm first try as well and not die? Well, me too, I'm thinking, could I keep the streak up, killing all bosses first try? But nope, his tiny servants just slaughtered me. Straight up slaughtered me. Very nice. So after that loss, I decided to buy the mini shark from the arms healer because I feel like it could deal more DPS than the boomstick itself. So right after buying the mini shark, I rushed back to the desert to have my revenge. And could I kill this boss as redemption? Who knows? Just watch. I'll be honest though, the mini shark just deals much more DPS, so like I feel like it's more efficient than the boomstick, even though the boomstick is supposed to deal more DPS, since that's what the game said. Honestly though, the Desert Scourge's charges are actually not hard to dodge. It's mainly the servants because of how unpredictable they can be, since they don't really show up. So yeah, since the servants are such a nuisance, I recommend killing the servants first before actually hitting the boss itself. When I was below 100 health, I was so stressed out because I was like, please, am I gonna die again? Please don't tell me I'm gonna die again. But I killed it. Very nice. It starts a sandstorm right after, and I decided to go down to the underground desert to locate the sunken sea so I can kill the giant clam next. So I just kept digging down, trying to locate the sunken seas, and yeah, well, obviously not long after I locate the sunken seas because it's guaranteed. Honestly, I just love the biome's music so much, it's just so calming. And right after I killed that mob, this giant calamity immediately spawned. How lucky? Like, yeah. It's actually very easy to dodge, since after a few seconds, it goes above you and drops you where you're at. So when it's about to drop on you, just move out of the way. It's that easy. I won't be talking too much about this part because it's just, I don't have really anything to talk about other than the music and the giant clam. So after that, I killed the giant clam and the Sea King, which is one of the Calamity NPCs, has been unlocked. So not long after, I just decided to, like, I don't know, take a few glimpses at the biome, talk to the Sea King, and just head back home. So after I warped back, I decided to expand the house a bit more. So this part is very long, so we will be right back. So now that we're back after expanding the house, I decided to open the treasure bag to see what loot I got. And yeah, the treasure bag didn't really give me anything useful, honestly. So like right after that, I was like thinking, well, what should we do while we wait for night to strike? So yeah, I just went back to boss checklist to see what's the next boss, and this next boss is a Ravel Bus, which I've never fought before, so I have no idea what it's like. So after looking at the materials needed to summon the boss, I decided to go and look for resources, obviously, and I didn't have enough because I needed brass bars and leather to craft the summoner, and I only had 13 leather, so I had to like go to the Crimson to farm for some vertebrae so I can make the leather. And each costs 2 vertebrae to make, which is actually kind of a lot, I'll be honest. So I've actually stayed at the Crimson for quite a while because the vertebrae drops are kind of low. I'm pretty sure it's 33% according to wiki I read like a few years ago, but I don't think it changed. Yeah, so like after staying a while, yeah, I got enough and went back home to get what I need. But since it was day, I had to wait a while before night because I'm supposed to fight the boss at night. So yeah, I decided to like farm for some money, so I decided to kill King Slime again for some cash. So after waiting a while, it was still day, so I decided to build 2 more rooms for the NPCs. Yeah, until night struck so I could fight the boss. So I decided to like build 2 more rooms for 2 more NPCs to move in while I wait until night struck because it was still day and it was just so slow. And after that, night finally struck. I immediately summoned the Wendigo so I could see what the boss was like. This boss honestly is just super easy, honestly. Like, it barely does any damage to you. And honestly, fighting this boss was just extremely underwhelming since all it does is just walk around and it just occasionally just teleports and just charges right at you. That's all it does. There's really nothing new. This part though, where you get completely blinded, is just interesting, as you can't see what's going on, but either way, I still killed it after all. Surprisingly though, killing this boss gave me a lot of gold. I'm pretty sure it gave me like 50 gold. I didn't really check how much I had earlier, but yeah, it definitely gave me a lot of gold. So I immediately popped up boss checklist to see what's next, and the blood moon is next. So I was like, well, I'll just wait. Let's just save it for tomorrow since I'm too lazy to like stay and wait for the blood moon to come. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.